This is really one of the best stories where the title describes the storyline of this manhwa. The OPMC is hated by everyone, but for that character, he is an at least normal person. The story also presents some moral lessons like perseverance, patience. I will not spoil the ending, but this is a must watch. Why? Because you will never guess what will happen in the end. Most people have a list of some good manhwas or mangas, kinda like us, but they are aware on how the protagonist will be hated by everyone of society. As they all had flaws from his personality or looks, no matter what happens, it means something bad. Here I gathered a list of top 10 manhwas where the protagonist is hated by everybody. Number 10. Record of the War God. If you are looking for a manhwa or a manga where the MC is hated, then this might be one of those manhwas. I enjoy this manhwa quite a lot, but to be honest, I don't like the character. Muso will open his eyes 20 years later to stop the cult aiming to dominate the Midlands. Who are you? The question of his defeated foes, but they received an answer that filled them with despair. Muso Wood. That is my name. The legend of the war god, forgotten in time, has begun once again. And the story is not that good, but the other Mirim manhwa art is also pretty good, not gonna lie. The art is good, the art is a saving grace, I like it, and the fight scenes are pretty OP. Do give it a try. Number 9. The hero has returned. For now, it doesn't have many chapters, but it is a really good one. It really reminded me of Rooftop Swordmaster, but I want to say that this one seemed a lot more original and I really liked it. The MC chose to be a villain even though he was a hero or anti-hero in the other world. Kim Min-soo, a hero who saved another world with a single thought of returning home. He saved the world but couldn't save himself, and decides to destroy the world. The story is about the last moments of the heroes, a cold reality with no happy ending. If you want some manhwas with some hated MCs, then this one is really one of those. Number 8. Above All Gods. Obviously, this is about your overpowered protagonist who seems weak outwardly. The villains in this story are incredibly stupid. The ancient series of the Red King, the capital of the Demon Lord, was besieged by everyone. Jealous of heaven, besieged in Xian Ridge, judged by the heaven, deprived of the fountain of the fairy path, the throne of the magic path, and died. However, the ancient Sirius was born 500 years later with a mysterious ancient jade. The enemies of the last life, the revenge of this life, the shame of the last life, the snow of this life. I am an ancient Sirius, and I speak for myself. This manhwa has like 226 chapters, so give it a shot, huh? Number 7. Poison Dragon, The Legend of an Asura. The start of this manhwa is very good. Unlike majority of other cultivation manhwas, this is original and unique in its own way, in that it follows a MC that doesn't exactly gain insane OP strength from the get-go or via some nonsensical powers or something like that. Instead, his power is poison itself. He adaptably learns this very early on, knowing that this is his core strength, and make no mistake, he damn well puts it to good use. The art is undeniably beautiful. In this manhwa, I cannot get over the character building and the background and the plot of the world building. If you're here for a story about a hero rising from nothing, the long history of the medical sect is followed by complete and utter annihilation. In a hellhole of despair where corpses pile up like mountains and blood flows like the sea, Asura finally awakens. I'll kill every single one of them. It won't be over until I've killed them all! The sole survivor of the medical sect's Jinja gang. Follow his lonesome path to vengeance. Number 6. The Return of the Crazy Demon. This manga has one of the most beautiful art styles and a superb OP main character, a man who's crazy about martial arts, the mad demon lead Jaha. After stealing the demonic cult leader's heavenly jade, he fell down a cliff while being pursued. After thinking everything was over, he opened his eyes, having returned back to a time he was an inn helper, who was looking down on by everyone. He had been falsely accused and the inn was in ruins. The mad demon who returned to being an inn help, will he go mad once again? Or will his enemies go mad instead? Number 5. Slave Bee. This one is a great read. This is a world whose peace was destroyed by the Shadow Lord, Seknir. Nero is a half-elf, half-human boy who lost his parents as a baby and was adopted by a slave couple. In this world, slaves are not treated as humans. Since Nero's adoptive parents are slaves, they are mistreated and eventually lose their lives. Now Nero is alone once again and must shoulder the burdens of his family that do whatever it takes to protect his two younger siblings. If Nero wants to escape this fate, there's only one thing he can do. He must graduate from the academy ex canem, just like the current emperor Murin, who was once a slave. Check out this manga, it's pretty good. Number 4. Worn and Torn Newbie. It is one of the most original stories I have ever read. Just an FYI, it is a game manga. It's great! Read the manga. In the beginning, it does look like a typical isekai manga where the main character plays an unruined MMORPG game, and after losing his sword, he gets reborn to 15 years to the past, yada yada yada, we know that one. But where his knowledge from the past life comes from, it becomes a strong suit, and it becomes one of the strongest and the trickiest players to ever play this game. The storyline is pretty good. It could be better. I mean, there are some parts that could be fixed. I'm looking at you, boy. Characters and the art style are quite likable. In conclusion, it is a very interesting manga, and I quite enjoyed it myself. I recommend it. Number 3. Demon Magic Emperor. Oh boy, here comes one of the OPMC's manhwas that I have read and enjoyed. It's a unique story, totally different from the other isekai series. As the Demon King, Yafanzo uses his knowledge and power collected over millennia to defeat all foes until the day he is betrayed. With his last breath, the Demon King manages to reincarnate, but into the body of a puny young servant. To Yafan's dismay, the servant has a spirit bond with his mistress, Lady Lu. Yafan, now known as Fan, finds himself inexplicably drawn to Lady Lu and links his fate to her family. With Lady Lu at his side, will he regain his place as the Demon King? If you like the manga where the MC fights the whole world, then this one is a very, very worthy read. I definitely recommend it. Number 2. Unordinary. John Connor. No, not John Connor, just John. John. Remember the name, because you'll learn to loathe it. At the beginning, you feel sympathy for him because he's the victim of constant bullying. He gets beaten up left and right and is so weak that he can't do anything about it. We find out that John is actually really powerful. He got expelled for beating about half his class up. He wanted to change, but because of some events, he reverts back to his old self. This is where the reviewers got angry. The MC becomes a villain while the antagonist starts becoming the good guy. Everyone is triggered that John is being stupid and should wake up, but he can't. He clearly has some mental issues that need professional help. Go to therapy, son. So he cannot see reasons like we can. This is extremely realistic, not to mention he is traumatized. Personally, the story gets even more interesting this way. Definitely check it out. And at number 1, we've got Rooftop Swordmaster. After being beat up and put into a coma by 8 of his classmates at Nguyen Quang Middle School, Se-young woke up after 9 long months and found out that his father committed suicide by self-immolation in an attempt to get justice for what happened to him. As a result, the investigation reopened, and that attackers who tried to sweep it under the rug received a proper sentence for their crimes. But Se-young was unable to assuage the anger and fear he felt for the unjust world. Se-young thoroughly hid himself from this sort of world. The sun would rise and set, the seasons change, and not once did he step outside of his home. But one day, a sudden and strange sound enticed him to open the door. Embedded in the center of the rooftop was a gigantic blaze emblazoned with the words, "Fighting Sword," and with it came the whispers of a god. This manhwa is so good, with some nice story, and the art style is amazing, so give it a try. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching. Make a comment below of which one you've seen before, or do share your experience about it, or if there's anyone you specifically want to know about, we could even get that done. And don't forget to like the video. Do press the bell icon to get notified about the latest videos and news trends. Till then, take care and stay safe.